Hey gang, I'm Paul with Stud Pack. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our little project, the Stud Pack Dream Garage Build. In our last video, you saw Jordan, Rad, and I install the heating cables in the bathroom floor and the bathroom shower, and it came out great. And in that video, we mentioned we're simultaneously working on the deck, the kitchen, and the bathroom. Turns out, when you build a project like this, you're dealing with materials. You're dealing with choosing them, having them delivered, and all the delays. We had a little delay on the decking material, a little snafu on the bathroom shower tile, but in a few minutes, we're gonna blow your mind with what's gonna be delivered in the front yard. But before we show you that, we need your help. This right here, first reveal of some of the finishes, right? This is the porcelain tile that's gonna go in the shower. One huge slab on the wet wall, one on the back by the niche, well, a couple over there, and a couple on the other wall. So if that's the wall tile in the shower, Jordan picked out these two for the floor tile. Floor tile in the shower and floor tile in the bathroom. This one right here on the left has a little bit more pattern to it, like a stone you would quarry, and this one's a little bit more homogeneous, right? Not so much going on, a little simpler. Let us know what you think. We'll appreciate it, and who knows which one we're gonna install. It's gonna be exciting to put this in. Never installed tiles this big. It's gonna be fun.
And fast.
And fast. But guys, like we told you, we are dialing the scheduling down. We're getting materials here. If you don't believe us, look outside. Oh. I don't see the fridge. And there we go, gang. There's our kitchen. RTA cabinets, and I know what you're saying. Really, Stud Pack? IKEA? You kidding me? Don't worry, guys. This is a little kitchenette we're building up here. It's gonna be temporary for Jordan. We're gonna go insane on the main kitchen with custom cabinets. This is gonna work fine for him. But no big deal. All we gotta do is build them now, and we gotta find the appliances. For some reason, they weren't on the truck. Goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the video.
Right.
So I gotta ask, Paul, what the heck is this thing? Is this for our appliances?
That's the grill for the margarita machine. See, it says it right there in Swedish, makrilla.
Oh, margarita!
Margarita, yeah. Not really.
Good idea, dude.
Not really. I think it is the grill for the fridge. So we don't have the fridge, but we got the grill. But in today's video, we're not messing with the kitchen. We're gonna work on the deck. We're gonna put a gutter system in. It's gonna blow your mind. Come check it out. Guys, we love AG1. AG1's been a long time sponsor of our channel. Jordan, Rad, and I each take it on a daily basis, and we've been taking it for so long, our bodies know if we miss a day. So we make sure we don't miss a day. AG1 is comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients that your body really needs. This is my shaker. You can see I've already had mine today. Had to drive down to Houston, so I mixed it up, took it with me in the cab of the truck. Super easy and super convenient. And AG1 has done all the research for your daily nutrition, so you don't have to. And what I really love about it, when you put it in this bottle that comes with your welcome kit and give it a couple shakes, it instantly dissolves. There's no clumping, and I really appreciate that. And AG1 is great for your brain functions, your gut health, and your immune system. So check them out at drinkag1.com/studpack or just scan the QR code. With your first order, they're gonna send you 5 free travel packs and a year's supply of vitamins D3 plus K2. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring our video. Let's get back to work. So what is our vision for the deck? Well, what is Jordan's vision for the deck? Well, let's start at the ceiling. He's gonna have a beautiful tongue and groove ceiling, probably stained and clear coated, maybe painted, don't know yet.
I think it's gonna be white.
White, yeah. I love it. And that light blue they use to keep the bugs away, that's pretty cool too. We've already put in some fan rated boxes for some outdoor fans. Could also have a light kit on there. All these 6x6 beams you see up here are gonna be wrapped in cedar as well as the 6x6 post. Once we wrap the beams and all the posts in cedar, we're gonna connect everything together with a railing system. It may or may not have a drink rail. Gotta see what we're gonna get. Also, probably gonna have integrated LED lighting in the railings. That's gonna look absolutely killer. And all that's gonna be installed on top of some sandstone Envision decking. Here's a sample of it right there. And that's gonna look fantastic. And the final detail on this deck is gonna be a gutter system to collect the water that hits this deck and goes between the boards. You're probably saying, Stud Pack, that is above and beyond what y'all need to do. Why would you want to do that? Well, stay tuned for the video. We have a really good reason, well, actually a few of them, and we're going to show you that later. Why do we need a gutter system on this deck? And it's going to be a DIY gutter system. Can't wait to do that. But before we do any of that, we got to get our framing tools out again because we have a little bit of framing to do. And we knew we were gonna have to do this. Let me show you why. I got all my little samples right here. Here's our 6x6 post, and we're gonna wrap all 4 sides in cedar. It's gonna look great. But over here on the backyard side, there's nowhere for this to end. It can't end out in the air. So what we're gonna do, we got more 2x12s treated. We're gonna put them on here. And by the time we put our band board on here, there's our band, and put our deck on top of that, now we have a little space out here where the column can land, and it's gonna look a lot better. Now we knew we were gonna have to do this. Come over here to the corner and let me show you why. Remember way back when we were putting up the corner boards, even before paint and all that? We left this little pocket right here on the side because we knew we were gonna have a 2x12 going right in there just like that. And then imagine this is a piece of our band. Remember our Hardy band? It's gonna go in here like that, and then we just gotta fill in this little gap. So the big plan is coming together. So Jordan, I say it's time to get our framing tools back out, put up some 2x. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Guys, since we're about to frame, it's time to pull out our Diamondback tool bags. You guys remember them way back in the framing stages? They sent Rad, Jordan, and I each a bag. It made our job so much easier. We were so much more organized, which meant we could frame faster. We actually met the team in Vegas at IBS, and they have some cool stuff. They sent us a bunch of it, and we're here to check it out. I've got the old buckle right here, and this is not that long ago, like a year, but even since then, they're always improving. Rad's got the new buckle right here. Cool, and show them the back, Rad. You have the lumbar belt, right? Because you were a stunt man, you hurt your back.
Yeah.
So this really helps you a ton, right?
Yeah, I got a 60-year-old back and a 28-year-old body, so that helps.
Big W Diamondback in the comments. Let's start framing. This corner is going to be by the post. It's going to be on that outside corner of the porch. That's where it gets hammered with the weather. So we're going to protect it with some zip tape. Oh.
What are we doing, wrapping presents?
Yeah. Well, as a remodeler, you kind of see everything. And decks in Texas, Louisiana, where we're from, they just get destroyed. So any little layer of protection, like make it last longer, I'm all for it. Got it? Got it.
First deck piece.
Should be a little ledge you can sit it on.
Yeah. It's not fin, Paul. I think we got to notch it.
What?
I think we have to notch it. The drip edge is getting in the way, and it doesn't fit in the pocket.
All right. Let's grab the buzzsaw. Little notcher. Easy.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. Perfect.
Yep. Looks great.
Sweet.
Perfect. Yeah, get my side and I can let go.
Yes, sir.
Give me one.
A little down. Cool.
And yes, those are hot dip galvanized because why, everybody?
We're outside.
Well, we're shooting into pressure treated.
Oh.
Got to use hot dip.
Because we're shooting into pressure treated.
I think it's stuck. It can't be that heavy, but I'm kind of in the middle, right?
Oh. Nice. Don't trust the scaffolding.
Are you ready?
Yep.
We're just going to lift it and hook it.
Go.
Come on, Paul.
Nice.
Woo. It's on.
Oh.
That's why I put those on there. There's no way I would have been able to hold that. Woo. All right, bud.
Down?
Yes, sir. Slide to me.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Too much?
Too much?
All right, right there.
Okay.
I got to think smarter. It's like when I was in the AC business, the smart guy always took the end of the AC that did not have the compressor.
Good?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, with this lumbar sport, I can do this all day.
Yeah, this is good. It should be fine.
Sweet. Yeah, this is going to
I'm
have
just
to come
going
up
to nail
quite a
this
bit
off
over
and
here.
we'll work our way down. Good.
Oh, that's gnarly. Okay.
Yep. Put a screw in it, pull it up with the bar.
Yep.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Yep. Hit it. Nice. Dang, piece of plastic went in my ear. Wow.
Nice. Good?
Yep. All right, guys, this is our back 2x12. It's going to go right here, and again, covering the top and the end grain with the zip. Keep the water out of it. It's just like we said earlier, in the remodeling phase of my life, that's what always got destroyed first, right? Was the corners. You got it?
Yep.
So easy. Beautiful. Work smarter, guys. Not harder. Okay, you ready, bud?
Yeah. Up a little bit. Sorry.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? Nice.
Take a breath. Ready?
Yep. Nice.
I'm loving that.
Okay.
Just a little bit. I got that. Go ahead. Get my fingers out of there.
Nice.
Nice job, guys. Ooh, that step is done.
Awesome.
Woo. Nice, guys. Good job on the framing. Now let's tackle this gutter system. We need a gutter system under the second floor deck for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, we're going to have a finished ceiling down here. We can't have water coming through this deck and ruining our ceiling, right? And we want a ceiling because we don't want to look up and see treated lumber and all the hangers. The second reason, we want to be able to use the downstairs porch when it's raining. So this gutter system is going to collect all that rain, send it out, and we'll be able to use this porch and downstairs no matter what the weather is. So there are all kind of gutter systems you can put under decks, but they are pretty pricey. So we just went to Lowe's and we grabbed a $150 piece of pond liner. It's 13 by 20. It's going to be plenty to do this deck. Now it's pretty thin. It's not thick like you'd have on a real pond liner because we're not building a real pond. So Rad and I got in here on Saturday and we did a little mock-up gutter. Let me show you what it's all about. Water's going to go through our deck. It's going to hit this main piece right here, and it's going to flow under this one. But what is that one for? Let me show you. Water's going to hit that one, drain off onto this one, and I'm going to rip this up. Then it's going to hit this piece, more ripping, and it's going to go down, and this is going to hang inside our gutter. Now we are fully covered here. This isn't going to see a lot of water, only in a sideways wind like during a hurricane or a big storm, or if Jordan decides to pressure wash the deck. But it can handle a ton of water. Check this out. That's what we're looking for, guys. We're going to rip this out of here because it's only our mock-up, and we're going to take you step by step and show you how we completely water seal this downstairs from all the rain. Let's get started. All right, guys, there you go. We've done 5 sections, and just like almost everything we do here on our channel, we like to do a few, get our routine down before we put it on camera so you guys can see it. We work all the bugs out. So the first bug for me, something that bugs me, is all these wrinkles. So we bought the pond liner that comes folded up in a bag. It's all we could get on short notice. If I ever do this again, I would go to a store that sells pond liner on the roll and see if they'll cut it for me, what I need, and that way you won't have to deal with all the wrinkles. But wrinkles or not, it's going to drain just fine. So how do we cut it? What's our shape? Let's start with the main piece right here. It's basically a really tall trapezoid. So it's skinnier on the top than it is on the bottom. So the top is simply the width of the outside of 2 studs, 17.5 inches. The bottom, we made it 5 inches bigger, 22.5, and that gives us our pitch. We line up the edges with our joist, and because it's a trapezoid, it pitches down towards our gutter location, which is right under here. This piece right on top, it's simply an 18 by 18 inch square. It's supposed to be 17.5 by 18. I didn't want to deal with a piece that was almost a square and have to turn it, so we just did them 18 by 18. It's lapping over the face, and we got a little pitch back. So water's going to come this way, hit the main piece, and then out to our dam. Can you see in there, Jordan? I'm calling it a dam. And so that dam back there is our third piece. It is 14 inches tall, 22 inches wide, so it can wrap around and extend down into the gutter. Of course, your deck is going to be way different than ours, but we just have a few more to do. We got our system down. Let me take a few more measurements. We'll head downstairs, show you how we cut it, and finish this deck. All right, here we are downstairs. We got our pond liner laid out over our ram board. That's cool for me because now I can cut it without ruining my blade on the concrete. It's just like cutting wood, right? Or any other project. We got our measurements here on our scrap piece of plywood. Very first thing I'm going to do is cut everything to 64 inches long. That's how tall our long trapezoids are. Let me cut those, and then we're going to go on to the next step. All right, here's my first trapezoid. Let's cut it, and we'll show you a little trick to maximize material and save yourselves a bunch of time. Now here's the piece I just cut. Now that's the wide end, so I'm just going to flip this around, put it right over there, line up my straight edge, make the cut. Only got to do that 12 more times. All right, guys, all our pieces are cut. Now, before we get started, we want to give a big shout out to Dr. Dex on YouTube, fellow creator. This is where we saw the method. It's really simple. It's really economical. Let's get started. So I've got my big trapezoidal piece right here. That's the very first one we put down. And then I've got the other two. So 3 pieces on each base. So Rad's going to help me out. I get the narrow end of the trapezoid, the top. Rad's got the bottom. I've just got my old Arrow T50 stapler, and this is a cool thing. I found stainless steel staples for this guy. Now, I don't really need stainless steel up here because the deck boards are going to clamp this down. Where I do like the stainless steel staples is the piece we're going to put right here, and we're going to show you that because a regular steel staple could rust and then that piece is going to fall out, especially because this is going to get all wet. So the very first piece we put in is called we call it the backboard. We don't know what else to call it. It's going to be what the water hits, and then it's going to drain into our gutter. We're going to have a section of gutter underneath the deck. Jordan's going to get a gutter company out here. They're going to do gutters on the side of the roofs, and they're going to put a piece under here to catch the water off the deck. Rad's got that in place. You ready, bud?
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. That easy. Our second piece is the big trapezoid. I get the skinny end. Now we notice this stuff does have like a shiny side and a dull side. We're putting the shiny side up because we feel like the water runs off of it better. It's like slicker, right?
Oh yeah.
Our next step is to grab our Lexel by Sashco. Love this stuff. We're going to put it right in here, a nice bead on top of our metal flashing. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a piece of metal flashing that goes up behind our siding. I know we're probably going to get a few comments about putting Lexel here on our metal flashing, because the Lexel might act as a dam for any water that gets behind our siding. Remember, we have this metal flashing which goes up our zip, and we zip taped it. And the idea was that any water that gets behind the sidings is going to hit that flashing and come out right here and drip down. Well, we don't want it to drip down. We don't want water behind there. That's why we're putting in a gutter system. And we're fully covered here. This is never going to see rain or much water unless, like we said earlier, Jordan gets up here with a pressure washer and starts pressure washing his house. We feel really good about this system. Let's put this first piece in, Rad. So I've got the short end of the trapezoid, and again, remember, this piece right here is the distance from the outside of this joist to the outside of this one. I'm just going to roll it a little bit, and we're going to tuck it under. Nice. I'm tucking our pond liner material under our little starter strip right here into the Lexel. I'm bedding it in there. And it's holding great. Really love the way that's turning out. Our next step, got my stainless steel staples in our gun, and I'm lining up this edge of our trapezoid with this edge of the next joist. I like that, bud. You good?
Yeah.
And when we were first putting these down, man, we were putting staples everywhere, but we realized we just need a few to hold it. Because remember, we're going to have all the deck boards, and all those screws holding the deck boards down are going to clamp this in place. Where you like, right here?
Sure.
We'll trim that. Yeah, we'll trim that corner around that post. Our next step, we're going to fold this back. I'm going to put a bead of Lexel here. This goes on top, makes it completely waterproof. Now what we do, we take this edge of our piece and we line it up with this edge of this joist. And because it's trapezoidal shaped, now our two sides are parallel. The excess goes in the middle and forms that awesome gutter. Love it.
Because since it's wider down here, there's more
Material.
Right.
So it's basically sagging, right?
Right.
It's sagging a little here, more where rat is, so the water flow is that direction.
Nice. Beautiful.
Now over here where we have our post, we're going to put Lexel under our pond liner, act as a barrier between the pond liner and the zip tape we put on before we put the post down. So in other words, all this lumber is fully protected under the post. I'm going to put a staple in it just to hold it. So that's all done. Now actually we could call this good, right? The water's going to hit this main gutter, come on down where my hand is, hit the dam and drain down into our gutter. But I really want to protect all this wood. You could wrap it with tape like we did here, but tape's expensive. This stuff is pretty cheap, so we like the extra step of putting a third piece right here, and this piece serves two functions. It protects our framing lumber from ever getting wet, and it's going to direct any water right here on the edge of the deck back to the main gutter, and then it's headed on out into the gutter, and it's out of here. Now that we got that done, process, just rinse and repeat. We have all our pieces cut, we just move our wood back, keep going. All right guys, we're all done. Really happy with the way it turned out. We've got our framing protected from any rain that hits the deck, and we've got our ceiling downstairs also protected from any water that would get through our deck. Simply gonna run between the slats in our boards, run down, run out into the gutter, and that water is out of here. Great system, absolutely love it. Our next step is to actually put the deck down. That's gonna be in the next video. We're actually gonna start right now, but first, let's head downstairs. Jordan really wants to put the last two sconces up. Follow me downstairs, let's get it done. All right guys, these two sconces downstairs are just like the two upstairs, and as you can see, we already tried to put one up. Well, we did put one up, but we have a couple of issues we gotta address. Can't leave it like that. The first one, you can see right away. The hole cut out in our board and batten, you can see it right here. No matter how we tried to shift that fixture, could not cover it. The other issue is this right here, we're not tight against the building. That's an easy fix, right? We're just gonna make a little block, just like we did up front, just like we did down here. And that's easy to do on the table saw. We're all set up, but before we go cut it, check out how cool the deck looks from underneath. You really get a sense for how watertight it is. And all these little drapes hanging down right here, that's our gutter right there. All those are gonna hang in the gutter. The gutter's gonna pitch this way. Probably have a nice downspout right here. There she goes. Let's head to the table saw, get these lights up. Jordan's really excited, wants to get all four sconces up on the back of the building. Let's do it. What'd you do? You didn't pay your electric bill, I bet. Dang it. Not happy. All right.
I'll be right back.
Be right back. That's the same blade we used for the whole house, and it's still cutting great. Look at that. Right through that hardy.
Wow.
Yep. All right, what I say now? Let me get this off my face. All right. Instead of cutting these into two 6x6" squares and trying to hold that little square and drill a 4-inch hole through it, I'm gonna drill the holes first, boom, boom, and we'll cut them apart. Way safer. Woo! You gonna film this, bud?
Yep.
All right. This is not how to do it. So
Looks good from my house.
So how come I said not? So a long board like this, it can do this as I'm pushing it. As you can see, I've had a lot of practice with this. The miter gauge is kind of small. Really want to build a cross-cut table, but that's for another day.
Yep.
Let's hang up some lights.
Well, since you're like an expert, you get like bonus perks. Like you reached a bonus level since you're so good.
Yeah.
So you get a pass on that one.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right, guys, there's our block. Got stainless steel nails in my finish gun again. Got 15 gauge. And we're gonna put the nails kind of on this inside corner right there. That way the escutcheon or the back canopy of the fixture is gonna cover our nails. No patching required. All done. All right, get out the paint. All right, guys, we got this block up, and we're gonna use some exact color matched to this blue right here. We already have some made up in the other two colors on the building. So I got a tube here from Sashco. Brad's gonna mix up the blue, and then we'll have each color already made up in our exact color caulk. You ready, bud?
Let's do it.
All right, oh, you going with the drill, huh?
Yeah.
Don't splatter. Why don't we show everybody what we got going on in this bucket while Rad's doing that. This is all our other exact color, our big stretch, our sealants, and we just got the tips sitting in about 2 inches of water in the bottom of the bucket, and we find that that's working really great for us. We can just pull these out of here. It doesn't get hard at all. You get a little water in there, so you gotta like squeeze it out. Let me see if I can do that. Like just like that, just squeeze that out and you're good to go. You're not wasting all this. So if we're doing a project like this where you're always going back to your caulks and your sealants, put them in some water, try it out. I think you're gonna like it. All right, got some frog tape on the building so we don't get this on here. It's the same color, but you know how it goes. You get this on there, you can always kind of tell. So it's gonna paint it. We'll give it 2 nice coats. But you know what, Jordan, I'm kind of worried. You think that's enough paint for me right there?
I don't know.
I might run out, bud.
Depends on how bad you mess up.
I think there's something wrong with that rooster. Did y'all hear him? He thinks it's like sunup, like all day long. He does that all.
No, they start doing that when the sun comes up, but they don't stop. It's not like a one-time occurrence.
Oh, it's not like an alarm clock?
No.
Well, that's what all the cartoons said when I was like growing up. They crow all day long.
I'm just glad you didn't get your building knowledge from cartoons.
Julio, let's go do that other one. All right, guys, Rad's over there putting the final coat of paint on the little block we made for our sconce. So while he's doing that and waiting for the paint to dry, I want to take advantage of our time. Remember earlier in this video, it might have been another video, we said it's all about getting materials on site. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna measure for the cedar column wraps. We're gonna have cedar column wraps around all 8 of our columns, and we're even gonna have a cedar wrap around our beams at the top. And we found a local guy who makes them for us. He uses a lock miter joint. If you don't know what that is, we're gonna show you when we install these. Really cool joint. He builds them in 2 pieces. We slide on the U, put on the back, and we're all done. But check this out. This 6x6 is the worst one of the whole lot. What do I mean by that? It's not straight, guys. It's not straight at all. But our column wrap is gonna be straight. So within the column wrap, we have to accommodate this bend. Can you see that, Jordan? 8-foot level. I probably got a 5/8 gap here in the middle. That's 1/2 inch. So this post is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. We're gonna have the column wraps made with an interior dimension of 6 1/2 inches, outside dimension of 8. That'll look really nice, and it will accommodate the bow that's in this post. And that cedar's gonna look great. We're gonna have a lot of wood tones in the whole compound when we're done, and we're gonna put a clear, natural finish on the cedar to protect it. It's gonna look great against the white and the blue and the black and everything else we have going on here. So let's make a list, send it to that guy so we can get our material. All right, guys, time to put up this light. Block came out great. Now the mounting plate obviously has to go flush out to the face of our block because the light screws on that little flange right there. So I can't have all this space behind the plate. It's got to be supported, right? So there's a few ways you could do that. They make little spacers at the home center, right? You stack them together. And I just happen to have these spacers. Those are from TVs that I've installed. Hundreds of TVs, so I got hundreds of these spacers. So I keep them for instances like that. And so these spacers are just a little bit too short for me. I need that plate right on the outside. So it wouldn't be stud pack if we didn't show you a cool little trick to save yourself a lot of time and money, right? You're just gonna get some wire. It can be 12 or 14. I got some white 14 here. Grab a round shank screwdriver. Square won't work. You're gonna make your own spacer. You're just gonna wound it tight, and you can already see what I'm doing. I'm kind of making my own spacer. I got it tight just like that. I'm gonna slide it off. I'm gonna cut off this tail, put it up here and measure and see how long I need it. Then I can cut it to length. So I'll make one for the top, one for the bottom. And this little wire coil will support our box probably just as good as any other method you could find. Got my two little spacers, and I got longer number 8 screws. Let's put this guy together. Love it. Nice. All right, let's get the level. We'll level that. All right, let's get the level. We'll level it, tighten the screws, ready for this light. Man, putting up these two lights is a mission, dude. All right, time for a little exact color, and these two lights are done. Did you get bulbs for these, bud?
Not yet.
I mean lamps. Can't call them bulbs. Bulbs you put in the ground, right? We always get that comment. Kind of tough with the light in the way.
Yep.
One more little swipe. Man, you gotta love that exact color, huh?
Yep.
Guys, if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. Made by Sashco, partners of ours, absolutely love it. All right, guys, our lights are in, our gutter system is in. We are ready for some decking. So if you need to hit your like button, but you're afraid you're gonna get rained on from overhead, now you know how to protect it with a gutter system just like we did. So smash that like button. It's the best thing you can do for us. It's the absolute best thing you can do for us. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber already to our channel. Ask a question, drop a comment. And if you'd like to score some Stud Pack merch, head on over to bunkerbranding.com. That's from my buddy Steve. And we'll see you right back here on the very next Stud Pack video. Rad, get out of the shot.
Steve!